And you can see even the new housing development. You can see the tram lines run right through there. Look at that. And you can just see right in the middle is the iconic Blackpool Tower.
If ever you've been on a tour of Tramtown previously, you'll remember you had a tour guide and 2 safety stewards, and they would escort you around. This experience is going to be very different.
And welcome back to a brand new video. So today we're at Tramtown and we're going to have an exclusive look inside what your tour will be like, what's going on and what's new. So come and join me on this really unique video today.
Hello, welcome to Tramtown. It's a brilliant product. It's got a long history, and today what we're going to do is show you around a new experience that we've created. You may have seen before the tram shed and the experience we're trying to create there. Today what we're going to do is talk you through the new experience that we've created, a little bit of an update on what's been happening here at Tramtown, what's been happening with the heritage trams and all the plans for the future. And you'll also meet some of our volunteers today, and we look forward to showing you around and answering any questions. So yeah, as you can see, we have different flooring colours going on here. So if you've been here Friday morning, that green looked more like that concrete colour there. So over the last sort of 2 days, we've been busy painting the floor. By the end of this week, all of this area here will be green as well. And we're creating a feel, and I've always been a big believer that you should look the part and be what you want to achieve. So part of that is making sure it actually looks like an exhibition centre. So rather than people walking on a dirty old floor, they're actually going to be walking on a nice clean floor, bright colours, and that's also part of actually allowing you to know where to walk as well. So if it's a green area, you'll be able to walk on it. There'll be barriers along there, so the guys here are painting the barriers, and we'll add more barriers around the different sides over the next few days. So yeah, this is an interesting one. We found this. This was in another part of the building, and we wanted to share this. So this is a model of what is a standard car. So these were running on what was the Whitegate Drive area. Obviously not this size; they were a bit bigger. But it's a great replica of one of Blackpool's oldest trams. So this was sort of like those 1900s type times, the Edwardian era. These would have been running. What was interesting is this canopy area was put in when they first did Blackpool trams. They didn't actually have an enclosed area for the driver. So you can imagine with our weather, the wind and the rain lashing them on the front, that wasn't a particularly nice experience. And they didn't really have those waterproof clothes, and they just used to wear sort of shirts, ties, jackets, and so on. So those guys, wool, so they'd be pretty soaked by the end of it. So the next adaptation was to put a canopy on those standard cars, which is this particular design. This is actually was a working model, so it has motors in it, and it did actually run as a model. And there's been some discussion about that potentially happening again in the future. So this is the Duchess of Cornwall. It's one of the most popular trams we've got in Blackpool. It's a boat tram. And when we get all this wonderful weather that we always get in Blackpool, this is the tram that should be out on the promenade. Yeah, they are incredibly popular. For those that don't know, we have some of these in San Francisco as well. And yeah, it was really funny. I got a message off the map master, who, if anyone's ever watched his channel, about 1 a.m. one night, saying, "I'm on a tram in San Francisco, a Blackpool tram." I was like, "Wow!" And so I said, "Get me loads of footage. Bring loads of footage because I've never been to San Francisco." So he was riding it. I think he got a cold by doing it. I think he was frozen by the end of it, because when you're on these things, what you don't realise is that there's quite a lot of cold air as well coming away, but they're great things. Blackpool tram work so well is the fact that the seats do this. And I know for anybody who's, I've shared a seat on a train or a bus, they always want to face the direction that they're travelling on. So this is really good if you're coming to a destination where the tram doesn't turn around. You can just literally flip the seats over. So again, yeah, cracking design. And yeah, the Victorians, I know this tram was built in the 1930s, but the Victorians, it was a Victorian design. They really knew and really invested in their customer experiences and the way they designed the transport.
Hi, good morning. My name's John Garnham. We're sitting in the fitting shop of the old tram depot here at Rigby Road. And actually right now we're sat on what's called a boat tram. It's an open top single deck tram. This one was one of 12 made in 1934-35. And it was one of the ones to carry on from some earlier trams where people went just for the ride in the main, because it's an open top tram, perfect in the summer here at Blackpool. Nowadays it will be a totally unique experience to travel along the promenade here in Blackpool. You can't do that in any other seaside resort. The interesting thing about this tram is that the seats, the back of the seats, you can tip over. So whichever way the tram is going, you can always sit facing forward, which is how people like to ride on these trams. Nowadays, we just have 3 here. This one, which is currently in the museum setting, and 2 others, which are in the depot.
So you can just see some of the parts, what goes into these trams. It's totally amazing.
Right, this is the Bolton tram. Originally in Bolton anyway, but Bolton did have a lot of other trams like Lytham trams, etc., that they converted. But the Bolton district got rid of their trams in 1937. This one actually disappeared. There were over 100 trams that actually disappeared. And what you're actually sat in, the cabin, was a chicken farm at one time. Okay, it ended up on a farm up on the moors. And there was 2 of them. And a lot of the trams actually ended up as caravans to give kids holidays in the country, if you like. They'd never seen a cow, only in the butchers. And they could have an holiday in the country. So a lot of them ended up as caravans. Another place that they ended up was in Pontins at Morecambe Bay. And they ended up as chalets. So David Shepherd was on a ramble. He spotted this tram, got a couple of guys together and decided to rescue it. They took it to the back of the bank in Bolton. It had no front end, no back end, whichever way you want to look at it, and no top. And they took it back in Bolton and started to rebuild it. What you see is actually what you got. All right. They built the front end, built the back end, took it to Kersley Power Station. They needed a top. And that was found accidentally, I was told, by a guy walking into a pub, one of Derek Shepherd's mates, walking into a pub and seeing somebody sketching out a conservatory. And he said, "What are you doing?" He said, "It's a conservatory." He said, "Can you build the top on the tram?" Actually, Shaw's funeral service in Bolton. And they made coffins. And he said, "Well, it's not much. It's similar to a conservatory. I can build that." And that's what the top deck is. It was built by coffin makers. But one of the stipulations, and I can't show you at the moment, is that they must have a plaque on saying that Shaw's actually built it.
So as you walk in, this is the tram right in front. You can go on, had a bit of a sit down and ask the burning questions, and you can see the volunteers are busy painting away. So there's a green sort of marker, green line, which runs right through. And this is the experience, the tour, the experience you get. So you can walk all the way along to the bottom. You can see some of the machines and some of the trams and just how things are here. It's an absolutely amazing place. Like I said, everything will be in the description. And go and check it out. Go and help support these local heritage trams exclusive to Blackpool. So just walking around it is really sort of fascinating. Who remembers Alan Bradley on Coronation Street? And 27 million people tuned in 1989, and he met his fate, and that was based in Blackpool. So I'll pop a link in the description in regards to that, but 27 million people tuned in to see Alan Bradley's Fate. And you just see that one there, look at that. Life Without Limits. Got the helicopter. And also, it's like Aladdin's cave in this one. It stretches really far back. It's just amazing, you know. I said just being in the presence of the amazing machines. So Paul, I appreciate that show me around, and I hope the viewers enjoy this video, and it gives them a little something to go on to hopefully come and visit it. And just a big thank you, and you know, just a last couple of words, Paul, from yourself.
Yeah, thanks, Paul. It's been lovely to see you. We're very much looking forward to seeing everybody in a few weeks' time. It's going to be a great experience. It's very much about people, trams, illuminations, all the things that make Blackpool special. And you're going to be part of the story by coming here. This is going to be everybody's legacy for future generations to come and enjoy. And this will be the moment we make it happen.
Fantastic. I'll pop everything in the description, Paul, and hopefully we'll get people in and enjoy the heritage trams. Yeah. Take care.
Take care.